be a common sense guy. And I was like, that's kind of pedestrian, this and that. I said, that's me. And people know that if you're going to deal with me, I'm going to try to break things down as simply as I possibly can. And I'm also going to do it in a way that's just a normal guy. I'm just here talking to friends. When I'm talking to a whole group of people, to one people. That's how I want people to think of me. And now, you can build a brand inside your company, and you don't have to even have a name to it, but you do want to think about how you want people to think about you, and then you need to act that way all the time, so they do. And then, I don't have to tell anybody here, be impeccable in your presentation style. Dress nicely. And also pay attention to, how you're on live. It's like when my niece graduated from college, she was looking for a job, and all the pictures she had on Facebook were like drunken fraternity parties. I said, great, you got to these are all my friends. I said, take them out. She got a job. But seriously, you have to pay some attention to how you look. And, I always tell people, dress one level up. If you work at Google and everybody wears ripped jeans, wear jeans that don't have holes in them. If you work over here at J&J, wear a sport coat. If you're a guy, wear a sport coat every once in a while. I can't begin to give women advice on that kind of stuff. But dress one level up from what everybody else does. Or dress like the people who have the jobs to which you aspire. It's funny, I like to wear a tie. I'm an unusual guy in that way. And sometimes I joke, but it's really true. I say, I went to college all those years so I could wear a tie instead of dirty work clothes. And it's funny, you show respect for yourself and for other people when you dress. Most of my clients these days are business casual, even when I'm in the city. So I'll show up, I'll be dressed like this. And they'll say, well, you didn't need to wear a tie. And I'll say, well, I sure did. I'm meeting important people today. Oh, really? Who? You. And I tell you what, people might chuckle, but they like it. They like it. I always say, hey, look, when you're going to work, when you're walking out that door, look in the mirror and say, am I showing respect for myself and the other people I'm going to meet today by the way I'm dressed? The answer is yes, go ahead. If not, take a couple minutes to change. And the last one, the business etiquette. All that stupid stuff about, which fork to use and where the bread and butter plate is. This is tough for guys. You get at a table like this and there's like 10 people crammed around, and there's going to be at least one guy who's going to put his bread and butter, his bread on the wrong plate, on the wrong side. But showing that you know just a little bit about that stuff. And when you're introduced to somebody, smiling, shaking their hand, all those kind of things, people remember you for that. So you look like a polished professional when you understand the basic rules of etiquette, you follow them. And so I think that's a really important thing to do. And I think this is really key. If you have positive personal impact, people do want you on their team. They want to be around you. Because they sense that you're going places and they can go places with you. Communication, like I said, it's all about conversation, writing, presentations, and simple stuff. Conversations, I'll tell you what, 2/3, 1/3. Listen 2/3 and speak 1/3 of the time. I've had some conversations with people where I hardly did anything except ask a few questions and let them talk. And then later on they'll say to my wife, boy, I had a great conversation with Bud. And I'm like, well, yeah, they talked about themselves the whole time. and that's okay. Let them talk about themselves. You show that you're interested. You engage with them. I tell you, another thing that young people sometimes make a mistake is there are plenty of opportunities. Holiday parties are coming up. Sometimes if you work in a high-rise where you can run into executives in an elevator or at a party, go up and shake that person's hand. Hi, I'm so-and-so. I work in this department. And just do that. And you will start to get remembered. Sometimes they'll even engage you in conversation, and you can get to show them how much you know about the company and the business. Those people are people too. And sometimes they're starved almost for that kind of conversation because nobody gives it to them because everybody's afraid of them. So, speak to people. Engage them in conversation. Listen to them. Ask them about themselves. Writing. Small words. Short sentences. Subject, verb, object. I remember when I was in high school, and my English composition teacher, I could never do better than an 80 because every one of my papers came back Vary sentence structure, meaning use compound sentences, complex sentences, complex sentences. I use simple sentences. -10. Vary sentence beginning, meaning start with phrases, start with this. And I started with the subject, -10. And I'll tell you what, business writing should be subject, verb, object. We're not trying to write the great American novel here. You don't get points for, conjuring up such vivid images and prompts. You get points for communication. Subject, verb, object. Just communicate clearly, simply, and be able to make sure that, you people understand what you write. Read what you've written. Read what you've written before you give it to people. Read it out loud. Read it out loud, you can see sometimes when it sounds stupid. It's really funny. When my niece graduated from college, I had just written another book. It was called Straight Talk for Success. And I gave it to her. And I said to her, and she was a pretty smart kid. I said, well, I appreciate you giving some feedback after you read it. I was trying for an avuncular hip tone. And she looked at me and she says, what does that mean, Uncle Bud? I said, avuncular. She said, yeah, what's that mean? I said, well, it means uncle-like. She says, well, why don't you say so? I said, you got a good point there. And a lot of times we want to show off our vocabularies, and showing off our vocabularies isn't the way oftentimes to communicate. And the last one, presentations, it's in the book, you'll see, but basically you can break it down into steps, and more than anything, practice, practice, practice. I know what I'm going to say on the next slide even before the next slide's up because I've practiced it so much. I practiced it today, even though I've done this talk maybe like 30, 40 times.